Time with Aston Avery, all things autism in Essex for the month of April. Anna Kennedy, OBE's with me. Joining us right now are Matthew Bennett from FMA 12 Gauge, as well as NoTrixx. So Matthew, NoTrixx, welcome to Gateway.
Hello.
Hello, and thank you.
Hello there. Lovely to speak to you. So today we're going to be talking about something new, Matthew, that we haven't spoken about on the radio, the neurodivergent crew. So do you want to talk to us a little bit about that and what it entails?
Yeah, first, that last song, the chorus was well cool in that last song. I really, really enjoyed that. Yeah, the neurodivergent crew, it's like a project that FMA plus 12 Gauge and NoTrixx and our producer Dreadnought have all started. Originally we started it as just like a collective of artists, like to create some songs and things, but as the project has progressed, it's become something completely that we didn't expect. Yeah, it's people are finding it really helpful in a way that we never intended it to be. And so, yeah, NoTrixx.
Yeah, so basically last year we realized that the four of us, the way we work together as music artists is very fulfilling, but at the same time we realized that we are working so well together because we're all neurodivergent. And what we also realized that all four of us have different neurodiversities. All four of us are advocates of neurodiversity. And why wouldn't we just join forces and use our voices to speak to our audiences and make neurodiversity more normalized in the society? Because as far as we have seen so far in the music industry, neurodiversity is not represented that much just yet. There are some acts that help promoting just making it clear to people around that there is autism, that there is ADHD, but as a single body, as a single advocacy entity, there is not a single project like that. So the four of us, we have different neurodiversity. So Matthew here has autism, his son has dyslexia, and that's FMA plus 12 Gauge. Dreadnought, who's their producer, has ADHD, and myself, the front woman and the solo person in the NoTrixx project, I have DID, dissociative identity disorder. And we started doing talk shows, podcasts, and more work on socials to raise awareness and let people know that yes, people with such mental health conditions can also be music artists and creatives and still be really good at it.
So how long have you been together?
For a year, right?
Yeah.
Almost.
So it must have taken time to actually start this all up here, Matthew, as well, I have to say as well, because obviously you had to get on to what you call planning and then suddenly, boom, you launch it.
Yeah, no, well, it's just like crazy, like how it's all gone has genuinely been crazy. We just got together to create a song to start because we were all like, oh yeah, like we'll use this as the theme, the basis of the song. And we used it. And like since then, like NoTrixx mentioned, people like we've become advocates and we didn't realize we were going to become advocates. People started getting in touch saying, I'm so glad that you're here and you're speaking for us and things. And it was like, it was a level of responsibility, but none of us expected. And it's such a fulfilling feeling and such a good feeling to know that you're helping people, to like know that you're giving someone the feeling of being able to exist in this world and feel good about it.
So what projects are you working on at the minute? And can I just ask, the songs that you sing as a group, as the neurodivergent crew, are they very different from what you do with FMA plus 12 Gauge?
They are, but they're also not.
Right.
It's more on because FMA plus 12 Gauge, the whole point of FMA plus 12 Gauge is to create everything that we can. So we create happy, nice, little funny songs, and then we create angry songs, because the whole point of FMA plus 12 Gauge is to get rid of our emotions, to express ourselves through a creative outlet, which then lets us do that. And it just so happened that the first song that we did as a neurodivergent crew was on the more aggressive side of rap. But we've got like another song which is planned, which is like a funky, like funny version and things. So yeah, it is different, but it's also the same. That's the best answer I can give you right now. I'm sorry.
That's all right. So what projects are you working on at the minute? Can you just sort of step a little bit closer to the microphone because it's...
Oh, that should be connected to you.
Okay,
is it
all
not?
Right then.
I can speak louder if you'd like.
Yeah, that would be great.
Okay, I'm speaking louder now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the projects you're working on now?
Yeah, we are now working on another song, which so the previous song that we released in January was a massive success, and it gained almost 40,000 streams by now. Was one of the best songs any of us ever made. Whereas right now we're working on another one, but in the meantime, advocacy work is one of the important priorities. So it's both music and speaking up, and basically we also realize that in most of our songs we still need and want to display that part of our lives and help create something relatable for all the neurodivergent people too, because there's not so many songs that would tell you how I don't know, an autistic person feels. Whereas we can find a way to describe that in our lyrics, because all the artists that we have in our crew actually care a lot about the lyrical part of our music. So this is one of the things. But otherwise, we also perform together, and hopefully this year will bring a few gigs where the whole neurodivergent crew will be part of.
That sounds exciting. So if you don't mind me asking, NoTrixx, why do you hide your identity?
I have, as I mentioned, my mental health issue and condition is dissociative identity disorder, DID for short. And I have two identities inhabiting my body. Basically, that means that at times another person lives in my body, and that other person does not really support my music career. She actually has her own career and she has her own life, so I have to make sure that her identity is safe and protected, so I cannot disclose my name and my face. That's how it is.
Do you find that stressful?
Yeah, I'm a very open person in real life, and it's everyone who knows me says that it's I'm the worst person ever to be trying to like do that stealth mode type of thing. But yeah, it's not very easy, but I can understand that, you know, the other person in me needs that. So
yeah, it makes you realize how difficult Batman's life must have been.
Exactly.
It must have been, because that's the contrast really, and that's a great contrast you brought up there, Matthew, as well, because some people, like as you mentioned Batman for instance, he would always hide his identity, as they say there as well. So that's a great contrast in using a superhero there on that. So and obviously, like when it comes to music, obviously as Anna's pointed out, there is a bit of rap in this neurodivergent group as well, but then do you incorporate like other style of genres in there besides rap?
Well, me and Callum are unable to sing. NoTrixx, she's got a beautiful voice, so she can create these amazing melodies. But me and Callum, we're stuck with rap because we're tone deaf. So it's always a challenge to try and create new moods with the skills that we have. But I believe what me and Callum have managed to do is quite inspiring to people. Because when I was a young boy, I wanted to be a singer and I wasn't able to sing. And it's like I could have given up at that point, but I kept on going and I learned how to rhyme words and I learned how flow patterns work and I learned how to create energy from putting words over music. And so, yeah, me and Callum are kind of stuck where we are, whereas NoTrixx, she's got a lot more skills in her bag.
Well, hopefully in the future we'll be able to play one of your tracks from the neurodivergent crew on Gateway. So that would be great. I'd love to hear it.
Yes.
So how is Callum? Is he okay?
Callum's really cool. He's just finishing university off. and he's really, really exhausted now. He's doing a master's in screenwriting.
Wow.
And he's coming to the very end. He's got a film script to finish writing, which is like a 90-page script. He's currently finishing a video game script, and like he's genuinely exhausted from it. But he's been doing absolutely amazing, and his skills in writing have increased exponentially. He is now such a good writer compared to where he was. I'm so proud of him. And
there's a bit of competition now between you and him.
Yeah, we're always at competition. This is why Callum went to go and study screenwriting. But yeah, he's doing awesome.
That's what they call family rivalry. That's the best way to put it there.
That's why FMA plus 12 gauge are so good, because they also always have to show the best skills in rhyming and rapping.
So NoTrixx, how do you find working with FMA plus 12 gauge? Have you got a good rapport?
Oh, it's very interesting. Before meeting them, I was only 1 year into my official diagnosis, so I really didn't know before that moment that I was neurodivergent. So I was really fresh in that point of I was literally surrounded by neurotypical people all the time, and I didn't understand what's going on. And FMA plus 12 gauge were the first neurodivergent people that I ever met, and like really closely. And they were the first people who introduced. Matthew was the first person who introduced me to autism, basically, because I never met anyone who has autism before. And the most interesting thing is that I found it so much easier to work with them, because I always struggled with people making some statements where you have to read between the lines, and where no one can tell you anything in the straightforward manner. So this is where when we were working on music together, it was so much easier when they would just tell me, this doesn't work, you need to redo it, we need to work better, and everything. And so yeah, I really find it easier to work with them because of how sincere and straightforward they are.
Oh, that sounds good. So Matthew, we've been talking about Autism's Got Talent, and obviously you've appeared with Callum. So would you encourage people to send in their entries?
100%. Like, Autism's Got Talent is an amazing event. Even if you're not performing, just being around people who are like you is such a liberating and comfortable experience. And that's kind of what the neurodivergent crew has taken from this. Like, being at Autism's Got Talent, the safety and the acceptance, that's the thing that always stuck with me more than anything. It was like, if I needed a minute, people would be like, oh, okay, you can have a minute. If I didn't understand something, people would be like, it's okay, here's how it works. And it was just such an amazing place. And the talent that's on show, it's just spectacular. Like, the dancers, the singers, the magicians, absolutely everything. I could write a huge essay, Anna, on how good Autism's Got Talent is, but I still wouldn't capture everything that Autism's Got Talent is, because it gives so much to so many people.
Oh, that's kind of you. Thank you. And it's also good to hear, to make sure that we're doing it right. And obviously constantly evolving all the time. So we're excited, as you know, we're doing it in the Northeast, and then we'll be doing it again at the Mermaid Theatre.
Cool.
So over again, as they call it, yeah. And that's the first time you got to perform, was at the Mermaid Theatre, Matthew. And
yeah, that was amazing.
And then suddenly road shows came about, and you performed locally right here in Basildon one year.
Yeah, all of it was amazing, absolutely all of it. Like, even the rehearsals and meeting the people the day before, it was I was so nervous going down on that first day, because I'd only just been diagnosed when we did the first Autism's Got Talent. Like, it had been less than a year since my diagnosis, so I really didn't have a clue what was going to happen or how people would treat me. And turning up that place full of nerves, and then those nerves quickly dissipating and making friends and all sorts of things, it was just fantastic. It really was fantastic. I really don't know how my life would be right now if it wasn't for Autism's Got Talent, because that showed me how things should be for me, and how people should be, and how I should be around people, and the comfort that I should be in. Because when you're around neurotypical people all the time, you're holding all your thoughts and all the work, all the things, you get stretched and stretched and stretched, and it causes so much stress. And it's there was none of that there, not a single bit.
Oh, thank you. So we've got to wrap up, but I just wanted to ask, if people want to find out more about the neurodivergent crew and FMA plus 12 gauge and NoTrixx, where can they find you?
NoTrixx, do you want to do this?
Oh, of course. Well, neurodivergent crew can easily be found on Instagram using the handle neurodivergent _ crew. And yeah, as for FMA plus 12 gauge, you can use fma12gauge.com website, and NoTrixx n0trxx.com.
Thank you very much.
TRIXX.
There you go.
Sorry.
It's fine. Don't worry. Don't worry. So, Matthew, NoTrixx, it's a pleasure to have you both on Gateway chatting all things autism in Essex for the month of April. Thank you for joining Anna and I.
No, thank you so much. That was lovely. Thank you. It was lovely seeing you both again.
Thank you. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.